All right, guys. So tonight we're going to go over my favorite topic that I like to talk about, and that's social media. For me personally, most of you know I am from a very, very small town. Whenever I say small town, literally we have two stoplights, no Walmart, two drive-through restaurants. So very, very small town. So social media was huge for me growing in this business, and still to this day I utilize social media for, I'd say I do 99% of my business through social media. So it's a beautiful thing that you guys all have on your fingertips. So myself and a couple other leaders, we're going to go over some of our favorite tips on social media, kind of how to do postings and how to talk to people, how to stay positive on your page, which is very, very important too. So I'm going to kind of pass it on over to Amber, let Amber get started and go over her topic and what she wants to share with you guys tonight.
Okay. Sorry, I was still messaging Lindsay. I don't think she's going to be able to, she can't hear anyone yet.
Okay, that's fine. If she can't get on, we'll just cover her what she was going to go over.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so hello everyone. I am Amber Crow. I wanted to talk with you guys tonight about lifestyle posts, which to me it's one of my favorites. I love the before and afters and product posts, but to me lifestyle posts are what helps you grow your team. It's what changes your business. Oh, can you turn that down a little bit? Sorry. So a lifestyle post is a post that shares this business opportunity with others. It shares how this opportunity can change your lifestyle. And I think the biggest no-no with a lifestyle post is making it a sales ad. One of the biggest things that I see with new distributors, even distributors that have been in the game for a while and aren't growing their business, one of the main things I see are sales ads. You know, join my team. I have 4 spots left I need to fill on my Emerald chart before I can promote. And when people see that, and when they read that, all they see is, you know, me, and I, and it's all about me, and I need you to do this to help me. And that's just not what this business is about. You have to make it about other people. You have to show them that you have an opportunity for them that that can change their. Still good?
I think so. If you guys aren't muted, make sure you mute yourselves.
So my point in all that is don't be a salesperson. Don't put those sales ads, you know, join my team for $99. That's just an instant turn off and you're going to get blocked. So instead be thoughtful, you know, make posts that are going to make someone stop when they're scrolling through, and it's going to catch their attention and it's going to inspire them. One other, let me read this. This was huge to me. You're fine. Sorry, let me pull it up real quick. One thing that I've noticed with lifestyle posts, let me get into it, is when you make a lifestyle post, you want to make sure that you're relating to other people. You can't throw out there the $10,000 good bonus and expect someone to see that and be like, oh, I'm all over that. People, that seems too good to be true. Any of us that have been in the business for a while knows that it very well can be true. You know, my family alone has claimed over $75,000 worth of good bonuses. But if that's all I put in my post, I'm never going to relate. No one can relate to that. No one's going to see that and believe that they can sign up for $99 and do that.
People if you relate your brain around that, like people can't wrap their brain around it.
Right. It just sounds too good to be true. So if you relate to people and you show people, you know, that it can pay for your groceries for the month. It can cover your power bill. That's what people relate to. That's what people believe. And that really does change people's lives. When I joined this, I truly needed $500 a month. And that $500 really did change my life. It made me not have to go back to work full time. So I could stay home and raise my babies. So when I kept seeing Chrissy post those about, an extra $500 a month, that's what caught my attention, and that's what made me believe in this. She didn't come to me with a $10,000 bonus. So make sure you think about that before you make your post. Also, in a lifestyle post, you want to make sure that the post has a past, a present, and a future. That's what stands out to people. And I'm going to read you an example so you know what I'm talking about. This was on the Chrissy actually posted this, and I thought it was perfect. So this is an example of a perfect lifestyle post with a past, a present, and a future. When I was in college, I used to struggle trying to find the extra cash each month to pay for my gas driving back and forth to school. Now, because of It Works, it's paying for my gas each month and more. I look forward to all the other people I get to help experience the freedoms this company provides for us. So that shows, before It Works, I struggled. Now with It Works, it's helping me, and I look forward to what it's able, to do for me, for what I know it's going to do for me. And I just think that's so important. The biggest part of what we have to offer is freedom. That's the main thing that people want. Freedom with their time, freedom with their finances, not being tied down, waiting on that next check to come in so they can catch up on bills. And when with this business, $99 is not a lot when it comes to complete financial freedom. And we know that's what this, can offer for people. So the very last thing that I want to share also that Chrissy really stresses is friend request people that inspire you. Make sure you're following your leaders and following people that have been so successful in this, because there's a reason their posts are reaching people and inspiring people. And when you see them post, you're not going to see them post about the drama in their life. You're not going to see them post about their opinions on everything in the world. You're going to see them post about, what this business has done for them, the wonderful life that they're living now, how many people they're able to help with this opportunity. And that's what inspires people. So be sure that you're watching that, and learning from other leaders, because there's a reason they're doing so well in this company. So that's my tidbit. If anybody has anything they want to add.
No, I think that was perfect. I want to touch base on that example you used for the past, present, and future. Like, you didn't say, because of this business, like, I'm earning six figures. Like you said, because of this business, I'm able to pay for gas. Like, it's the littlest things. Like, so a lot of people, they think, okay, well, I'm new in this company. Like, I can't inspire people yet because I haven't been able to do anything yet. That's where everyone is wrong. Because I feel like you have a little bit of an advantage, somebody just starting out versus somebody like me. If somebody's asked me how much I make a month with It Works, and I tell them, they're going to think I'm lying. But if you tell them that you joined this business and they ask you what you're making right now, you're going to tell them, I'm working towards making $500 a month right now. That is going to inspire them, because you are at a point right now to where you're going to bring these people along with you in this business, and you're going to help them make that $500 as you're making that $500. So it's don't think of it as a disadvantage, as you haven't gotten all these freedoms from It Works yet. You are in the perfect opportunity in your business because you are so relatable to these people right now. Use that to your advantage instead of a disadvantage, of course. All right. You guys want to add anything to that? If not, we can take it over to, I think Lindsay's on here now.
I keep seeing her drinking something nice down there in the bottom. So
there she is. Lindsay, do you want to hop on?
Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I'm gonna have to move it. I think we're echoing. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so Nikki and I are sitting out here at the Tiki Hut by the beach. So
Hang on,
I'm
Lindsay.
just
Lindsay,
so
are you?
excited to be here with one of my distributors who I haven't seen since I was in college. She joined my
Hey, Lindsay,
team
I'm gonna stop you real
just
quick.
because she saw my post on
Lynn.
Facebook.
Lindsay, stop. Hang on.
Hey, can you get on Nicole's phone? Because we can see
Why?
her.
And we can hear you on both, so you're echoing.
There you go. Just talk on Nicole's
Can you hear
phone,
me?
and then we can hear you. Like, mute your phone.
Y'all hear me?
Now, yeah, I can.
Okay,
I'm gonna leave. You mean leave it?
leave the meeting.
I feel like you're opposite, though. Like, I see you on Nicole's, but I could hear you on yours.
Yes, you're still muted on Nicole's phone, honey. Yeah, we can't hear you now.
There we go.
See, even Lindsay can run her business on social media, and she can't figure out Zoom. Just remember that, guys.
Oh gosh. Yeah, so that's how this happens. You do not have to be savvy with social media. Like, you can work your business however. And you have people like Chrissy who you text 500 times a day and you're like, hey, can you tell me how to do this? So anyway, I'm excited to be here tonight with my lovely, lovely friend Nikki, who I haven't seen since we were in college. Oh my gosh. And now she's on my team and we're sitting here together. She lives at the beach, but I'm just visiting. Anyway, tonight we're sitting here at a tiki hut working our business. So this is how easy it is and how simple it is. It doesn't matter where you are, you can work from here. And we just want to say, like, the social media tips that we have for you, Amber, you pretty much hit the nail on the head. So I don't really have a lot to add to it, other than the fact there's a few tricks that I'd like to throw in there. So a lot of you I know work during the day. I used to do that. So what I do at the beginning of the day, I put my phone on airplane mode and I make a few posts. So
That's how you do that.
yeah, that's how you do that. So you put your phone on airplane mode and you go ahead and you make your post for the day. When it's on airplane mode, it will not post. It will not post at all. So that way, when you get ready to make that post, you can just switch it and hit post, and it works. Nikki's over here like, that's how you do that. So pretty simple. The other thing is there's some apps you can download. I normally don't use those. You can download a few apps that will help you to make posts throughout the day. So just because you're working does not mean that you can't be successful at this business and make posts. I know a lot of people say, well, my company doesn't allow me to be on my phone during the day. Well, that's okay. You can still work and still be successful with this. I think the biggest thing, though, is that you want to be consistent with it. We all know that consistency pays off, and no matter where you are, whether you're sitting at a tiki hut, am I still there?
Yep, you're still here.
Sorry, I've never done this from a phone, so this is all new. No matter where you are, you can still work your business. And I can't see you guys, but hopefully you can see and hear me.
Yep, you're good.
Okay. And like Crystal said, Lindsay is very social media challenged and technology challenged. Like, I don't know about you, Nikki, but
I think I taught you something.
Nikki has taught me something tonight. So, Nikki, did you have anything to add to? Nikki's going to add some things to this, and
Hey, I just want to say I have twin girls, and the post that I get the most hits on is just incorporating them into it. Like yesterday, I made a post about them drinking their greens because it had a probiotic in it, and they were on an antibiotic. So the doctor recommended them to have a probiotic. So I gave them their greens and made a post about it. And I did have some people message me last night, and that's when I get the most messages. And it may not be like on Facebook, but it might be a private message that they actually do send me. So I try to incorporate them a lot, and they're really cute. So get a lot of heads up. I definitely work them a lot.
Yes.
So that's just I do try to make it as personal as I can. But I think the thing that Lindsay said about the airplane mode will really help, because I do spend a lot of time at night thinking, all right, what am I going to post? What am I going to post? Because I want to be thoughtful about it, and I just don't want to post something that's just going to take my time, but somebody just passes over. So that's a big thing that I'm going to work on. Since you said that, that's awesome. So thank you.
That was perfect.
I love that. Being personal, like just being thoughtful. That's the biggest tip I can give anyone, is to be thoughtful and don't just go out like Amber's already said and post those salesy. I'm back. Those salesy type ads, like you want to incorporate your lifestyle into this and be you, be real. Don't be someone else. Now you can save other people's posts. Like if you want to go on to my Facebook page or anyone else's that you're following and you see a post that looks like, hey, I like that. You can go to the top of the post, and at the right top hand side, there's an arrow that drops down. Click Save Post. It'll be under your saved post. You can copy it and post it, but you can edit it to make it your own post and make it sound more like you. You don't want to just, because I say y'all all the time. Well, Chrissy doesn't say y'all, so her post is going to say you guys probably, or something like that. You need to edit it and make it your own. Make it sound like you, because people really do understand. Like they know when you're talking like yourself and when you're not talking like yourself. So my tips for you are to just be you, be thoughtful, be real, and if you need to, fake it till you make it, because we all do sometimes. And even to this day, I may be out of things to say, but I can always go and find somebody else who's posted something awesome and make it my own post.
That was perfect. Love it, ladies. All right, so I want to, you guys go enjoy your tiki bar while I'm sitting here in rainy Missouri weather. I want to touch base on that airplane mode a little bit, so give you guys a little more like in depth of how that works. So I'm not sure, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not sure if this works on Facebook. Is it just Instagram that you can do the airplane mode, or is it Facebook too?
Just Instagram, I think.
Okay, that's what I thought. Okay, so say you go to your Instagram and you just turn your phone on airplane mode, okay? So I'm on airplane mode and I went ahead and I made 10 posts. I'm laying in bed at night. That's usually whenever I come up with the best post, is whenever I'm laying in bed. And so I'm going to go ahead and make my 10 posts right there. Okay, so I'm going to turn my phone off airplane mode. Now, while it was on airplane mode, I made all these 10 posts, but it's going to give me an error message that they didn't go through. Okay, make sure you're off Wi-Fi too, because if you're on Wi-Fi, they'll go through. Just make sure you're off Wi-Fi and you're on airplane mode. Okay, you're going to go off airplane mode, and those 10 posts are not going to post. There's going to be a little, there's going to be an X button or a retry button. So whenever it's time to make that post, you're just going to hit the little arrow, the retry button, and it's going to make that post for you. It's not going to make all 10 posts. You get to choose which post that it's going to make. So then in 2 hours and you want to do another post, go ahead and hit that button again for the other post. So these don't even have to be It Works posts. You can lay in bed at night and plan your 5 to 6 posts for the next day, and just keep your phone on airplane mode, post them, and then turn it off. And then that next day, whenever it's time for you to make your post, you don't have to sit there for 10 minutes trying to figure out what you want to say. Just hit the button and go on with your business. So if you are working a job during the day, take your phone with you when you go to the bathroom, go make that post on your Instagram because you already have them done, and then go back to your desk. On your lunch break, go make one of those posts and then come back. It's so simple to incorporate this into your guys' everyday schedule, regardless of how busy you are. Utilize little tricks and tidbits like that to take advantage of your schedule that you have. So that was perfect, ladies. I love that. And I loved what you said about using your kids with the greens. Okay. You are going to get so much more interaction whenever people see you and your family using the products versus an ad that says the greens does this, 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 and this. People don't want to see an ad. We see enough ads during the day. Trust me, we see millions of ads on a weekly basis. We don't want to see another one. You want to stand out from all of those ads that people see every day. So I go on and on about that, but we're not going to. So I'm going to pass it on over to Crystal and let her take it over for you guys.
Okay, guys. So I'm gonna touch on a couple things, but the first thing I'm gonna talk about is your attitude on social media, being positive, being negative, and how people perceive that tied to your business. A lot of people, especially getting into this, they don't realize how much you are wearing that rap girl title 24/7. You know, how you perceive yourself in public, how, especially if you have a knit work shirt on, but also, you know, when you are putting yourself out on social media, because how many people do you watch on Facebook and you feel like you know what's going on in their lives? Like, you've watched their kids grow up, you watch them change jobs, you watch them, you know, go on vacations, things along those lines. You see all of that stuff. But think about all those people that you see on social media that post about their baby mama drama and their, you know, ex drama and their kid drama and their job drama and how much they hate this and how much they don't like this person and how much they, you know, whatever, all of that negativity. And honestly, I don't know about you guys, but I scroll past that stuff. But those people that are going to actually stop and read those posts, they're seeing that in you. So if you're out there, you know, putting your, you know, drama on social media, or the fact that you had a bad day at work, or whatever, you know, complaining about being sick. I mean, that's another thing. You know what I want to tell you? You're not drinking enough greens. But but besides that, you know, them just seeing your negativity is tying that all into your business. And honestly, we all have enough craziness in our own drama in our normal daily lives that unless people, you know, some people do feed off of that stuff, but I don't know about you, but I don't want to do business with that kind of person. And that's why we don't want to put that out there. So it's kind of crazy to think that when you're working a business that you need to change the way you know, play on social media. But once you start sharing a business through Instagram or Facebook or whatever else you're using, they don't just associate your business post with your business. They associate every post with your business and who you are and if they want to work with you or not. So you can't go out and talk about how much you love this product and how excited you are for your, you know, your new journey with this product and whatnot. And then the next post be like, I hate my job. I don't want to go to work tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Like, do you get what I'm saying? Like, there's two big sides to that. And
It's hard to say it works is changing your life whenever you're still living in negative.
You are exactly right. You're exactly right. And to be able to share your passion about what you have your hands on, and to be honest, no matter how new or old you are in this business, it's easy to find a passion in something like It Works. Especially It Works because it's such an amazing company, an amazing opportunity, but also the products are amazing. I mean, we don't cut corners. Things are legit here. So once people figure that out and you start sharing that kind of stuff, you can't tie in the negative stuff of your life with that. And I mean, just things can be rephrased. So if you did have a bad day at work, it's not like you can't talk about it. It's the fact of how you word it. You can't say, oh my gosh, I can't stand my coworkers and I hate doing what I do and blah, blah, blah. It's, you know what? I love after having, you know, a tough day at work, I can come home and do a Zoom with my team and feel recharged and feel like I've had an amazing day. That is a whole different aspect of complaining about your sucky day. So, but also like being sick. One, we have products that help with that kind of stuff. My big thing, I have not been sick, well, over 3 years now since taking the greens. You don't just not be sick for 3 years by, you know, luck. I mean, I live in the Midwest and our allergies, they suck here. So the year prior, I think I was on an antibiotic 4 times a year for some sort of respiratory infection or something, because my allergies always, they killed me. So we're talking strep throat. We're talking, we have flu goes around. I don't have to do any of that stuff anymore because I take the greens all the time. So being able to, while you're still building up your immune system, taking the greens, that's something you can be posting about. Well, I'm getting the sniffles this morning, so it's time to double up on my greens and make sure this doesn't get the best of me, or, something along those lines. Or maybe, these allergy seasons getting the best of me, but nothing a can of energy can't fix. Get what I'm saying? Like, try to keep the positive side there. But all of the extra drama in our lives, people don't want to do business with that. And that's what we got to kind of filter out. There's it's not that you can't share the bad stuff in your life. It's just how you share it. Always try to keep a positive spin on it. And because people are even attracted to that. They want to see that you're real. We all have bad stuff that happens. I've lost my mom. So every year at, the anniversary or my mom's birthday or whatever, I post about that stuff, but I always post something good about it. Not, I spent all day crying because I've lost my mom. It's more of, like, I'll dedicate a song to her on Facebook, or, post a picture and just, hope you're celebrating up there or whatever, but sharing in those real stories in our lives, I think is a big thing that we always take the positive route. Chris, was that good on that piece?
Yeah, that was perfect.
Anything else? Okay. So the other side, Lindsay has already dabbled a little bit on the consistency side, but I want to touch on this a little bit more. She brought up about, the airplane mode and making sure you're posting every day. But I think outside of just the posting, it's so important to be consistent with those people that you have met through social media, is staying in contact with them, keeping track of them and following up with those people. I think that's all tied in with social media, but also doing your follows and your unfollows. You always need to be expanding your audience. So everybody with a nod of a head, everybody knows how to unfollow people with like other apps, right? We have, I use InsTrack, I use Crowdfire, there's a few other ones out there, but to be getting rid of those people that aren't following you, because if you're following them, if they're not following you back, they're not seeing your posts, which is pointless for you to be following them. If you're using it for work in your business. So, but that side of the consistency, but also finding those people to be reaching out to, being personable on Facebook. So going through and commenting on people's posts. I cannot tell you how many contacts I have made because I've made a post or comment on somebody's post about, something that they've posted, either their cute outfit or I love their new haircut or, whatever, just something personal. Try not to get creepy with the kid pictures. I know we were at a training one time and Erica made a comment about how she said she could just eat the little kid up. And yeah, that was probably, she's like, yeah, I didn't sign that person as a loyal, like she joked about it. She's like, yeah, I should not have said that. But think about that kind of stuff, be personal, but try not to be on the creepy side. But the stuff that comes through your newsfeed and tugs on your heartstrings, that's the stuff you really need to be commenting on. Or even, send them a direct message and just tell them, I love seeing your pictures in my newsfeed. I love that you're active on social media. And I just want to tell you, keep up what you're doing because, it's sunshine in a lot of people's lives. That stuff's awesome. Like people love to hear that. And so that's just a way of getting in on that direct message side. And then you can start talking to them or sending them a picture or a message and telling them that, they love what they do in their hair. And there's, hey, do you have any product suggestions for me or whatever? Not related to It Works at all. I know a lot of us do that kind of stuff. We try to find that way to get them on the side and have those conversations, but you got to be consistent with it. what else about consistency? Just posting, following people, liking, loving on people. You got to do that to keep building up that audience. It's crazy, how much your phone becomes attached to your hip whenever you're working this business. It goes to the bathroom with me, and I'm pregnant, so I pee a lot now. So it goes to the bathroom like 8 times a day at least, while I'm at work. But, I take that time. It's 2 minutes to go out and do a little loving on Facebook, Instagram or Facebook for that matter. But, getting some more stuff out there, being active, maybe following a few more people. Unfollowing is always getting a little more challenging. So it's a great time to go unfollow 25 more people. You don't have to think about that stuff. So just stay active with it. Always be doing something on social media to be building your business. So good.
That was perfect. Yeah.
Okay.
It was good. Let me get my big hair real quick. Okay. So you guys really covered like a lot of what I wanted to cover too. But I'm also going to sync my phone with your guys' screen so that way you can see me do a little bit of things on my phone and how I do things. But I'm going to kind of add on a little bit with what Crystal was saying with the positive thing. Like, whenever I joined this business, I was not Miss Positive. I complained a lot. I would always see the negative in things. And it's something that I never realized that was a trait that I had prior to It Works until I got into this business. And you become like the people that you spend most of your time with. Okay. So I want you to think of the top 5 people that you spend your time with and how is their outlook on life? Is it the outlook on life that you want to have? Or is it kind of question maybe the 5 people that you hang around with? And I'm not saying ditch the 5 people that you hang around with by any means, but I'm saying attach yourself to people in this business that have the attitude towards life in this business that you want to have. Okay. So I want my newsfeed to be filled with love and positive and inspiration and good things. So whenever I come across somebody that either A, is bashing everything known to God, like everything, I'm going to unfollow them. Okay. If somebody is bashing my business, I'm going to unfollow them. I want to see positive things in my daily life because that pushes me to be more positive. And whenever you have people tell you, thank you for this that you put up today, that touched me more than you know, or I needed this today, that's going to push you to be that person. You want to be a positive inspiration into people's life instead of a negative inspiration in their life. Because think about it, if you had a chance to do business with somebody who is so positive, they have the best outlook on life, or, somebody that bitches and moans about everything, which one would you rather do business with? Be the type of person, be the type of leader that you would want to do business with. Be the type of person that you want to attract onto your team, because the people that you attract on your team are the people that are like you right now. That doesn't mean that that's always going to be you, because like I said, I seen the negative in things a lot. And I was actually talking about this a couple of weeks ago. And it sounds so crazy for me to say this, but it wasn't until It Works that I learned to see the positive in things. And I love that about me now. And I was talking to somebody the other day about this, and she just said like she loves the positive energy that comes off of this team and her newsfeed from all these It Works people. Like she thrives off of that. I want you guys to thrive off of that. Find the people in this business, like I said, that you want to be like and attach yourself to them, because it's going to make a big impact on your business, your future, your outlook, all of that. So enough about that. Sorry, my phone is going crazy. All right, so Crystal talked a little bit about consistency, and I have 3 things that I make sure I am so consistent with on a daily basis. And this is going to be my Instagram, this is going to be my Facebook, anything on social media. That's 3 things. I want to make sure I'm posting daily. I want to make sure I'm commenting and liking things daily, which is building relationships. And then I also want to make sure that I am growing my audience every single day. Okay, so whenever I'm on Instagram, I'm making sure I'm following people every day. Whenever I'm on Facebook, I have and I've gotten a whole lot better at this than what I used to, I want to make sure that I try to friend 5 new people a day on Facebook. And this could be somebody that I might have met on Instagram. This could be somebody that I met years ago that I'm trying to get a reconnection with. This could have been somebody that I met in a Facebook group, or just somebody that showed up under my people that I might know, but I don't want my mutual friends to be It Works distributors. I want my mutual friends to be maybe a potential or somebody else on my Facebook. So kind of grow your friends list on Facebook and Instagram every single day. Build relationships every single day and post every single day. Now with your postings, I'm a firm believer in this because not everybody sees every single one of your posts. So I personally like to get 5 to 6 posts out there a day. Now, you guys might look at my Facebook and you're like, well, she doesn't put 5 to 6 posts out there a day. I do, but you guys don't see all of them. 1, because like I said, not everybody sees all of our posts, but 2, I'm utilizing Facebook List. Okay, and I'm gonna actually share my screen with you guys right now so I can show you what I mean by Facebook List. Okay, can you guys see my screen okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm gonna go to my friends right here on the left-hand side, and you're gonna see up at the top, I have a couple of lists. I'm gonna scroll in a little bit so you guys can see. I have my potentials list. I have my Nancy's, which Nancy's for me stands for negative Nancy's. I have those negative Nancy family members and close friends who will always be negative Nancy's. So again, that's my negative Nancy list. I have my It Works list. I have my good friends list, okay? Whenever somebody friend requests me or I friend request somebody, they're going into a list. And you can create lists under this friends thing. So again, this is on your left-hand side of your news feed. If you scroll down to friends, you'll click it right there. So it'll be right there. Now, if you go to that list, up at the very top, you'll see create list. That's where you can create it. And I utilize my potentials list on a daily basis. So anybody that I'm adding onto my Facebook, they're going into a new list. Okay, so there's a way you can add people to lists. Let me go to my home screen. So Pam is my first person on there. So of course she's gonna be on my It Works list. I'm gonna hover over her name. I'm gonna go down to friends down here, and then I'm gonna add to another list, and she's in my It Works global list. That one right there, because you can see it has a little lightning mark, that means it automatically adds her there because we have the same employer, which is It Works Global. So that's an automatic one, but I have my own IWG one. So any distributor who I'm friends with, they get added into this list, just so I have them in there. Okay, so now the way I utilize that list, I go to my profile. Okay, so here is where I'm gonna utilize my list. On here, you'll see there's public, there's friends, there's only me, or you can do a custom. And I'm gonna share it with just my potentials. Okay, so I'm gonna blast my potentials with before and after pictures, with lifestyle posts, more so than I do just publicly. So here's an example of one I did earlier. Here's one that I did this to just my potentials, and that was it. But then there's one that I did earlier in the day that was public. So this is where you're gonna utilize your list. Now, instead of going through my entire friends list of 2,000 people and adding them all to lists, that's gonna take way too much time out of my day. So every day, whenever it is somebody's birthday, I'm gonna go here, I'm gonna wish them a happy birthday, but I'm also gonna hover over them. I'm gonna go add to another list, and then I'm gonna add them to a list. Okay, now I don't know who this girl is right now, so I'm gonna wait to add her to a list later since I haven't done it yet today. So within a year, all of my friends are gonna be in a list. I utilize these on a daily basis. And another way that I utilize this list is I go to my potentials list right here. I just click it. And now my entire news feed is just of my potentials, and that's it. So I can make sure, and I can go and like and comment on all of their stuff. So they're going to see me more. They're going to see my name more. They're going to get notifications from me more, because the chances of them getting mixed in with all of my friends in my regular news feed is really hard. Like, it's hard to find them through that. It's kind of like a needle in a haystack. Whereas now I have all of my potentials in a list here, and I'm just going to like all of their stuff. I'm going to comment on their stuff. I'm going to build that relationship with them. So those lists, like I said, I utilize those on a daily basis. And the birthday thing has really helped me, just making sure, sorry, I have ADD whenever a message pops up here. It helps me to, I don't remember what I was saying there. Forgive me. Let's move on from that one. All right. Postings, like, you're probably like stumbled, like, what in the world do I post about? I don't have things to post about. I like to post about the 5 F's. You got your family, food, freedom, something funny, and your friendships. 5 things. Okay. But you also want to have pictures of yourself on there too. So I'm going to try to wrap this up really quick so we can move on to the next person. But I'm going to share my phone screen really quick with you guys. Let me get this up here. Okay, can you guys see my phone now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I'm going to go into my Instagram here. Okay, so whenever you look at my Instagram here, you're gonna see something. I don't have anything funny on there right now. You're gonna see food, you're gonna see freedom, you're gonna see friendships. I also like to throw fashion in there of like different clothes that I like or anything like that. Switch it up. So whenever you're looking at my Instagram feed right here, you don't see a ton of It Works before and after post, but you're still seeing It Works in my feed here. But I'm not throwing up It Works people in here. So whenever someone comes to my feed here, I don't want them to be like, oh my God, that is a ton of ads on her page. I don't want that. I want someone to look at my feed, and whenever they look at these top 9 pictures, I want them to kind of get an idea of what my life is like. Okay? But besides that, whenever they look up at the top here, I want them to kind of get an idea of what my life is like just in my bio. So your bio is your 30-second, not even your 30-second commercial, like your 10-second commercial to summarize your interests, your life, and how people can relate to you. Okay, so that's your bio. Now, again, these posts are so important. If I go to your page and all I see is black and green posts and before and after pictures, you're gonna wanna revamp it a little bit, because there's so many of those spammy posts out there that you wanna stand out and you wanna be someone different. You want to be that person that It Works it honestly, it consumes my life, but you wouldn't tell that just by looking at my Instagram. So just kind of be smart about it. Whenever you look at your top 6 pictures, so those will be like these top 6 ones right here, I personally like 2 of my 6 to be about It Works. The rest, I want them to be about my life. I want them to be something to do with fashion or food or something funny, those F's. Utilize those F's. And if you're stuck on what to post, you're gonna have your airplane mode post up here. So that way, whenever you're stuck, you just go click one of those to go post. Just don't overcomplicate it, guys, because this is seriously, it's so stinking simple. I think a lot of us think that it shouldn't be as simple as what it is. Just don't overcomplicate it. Get into the routine of it. There we go. Get into the routine of doing those 3 things every single day. It is so hard to get into the routine of doing something, but once you are in that routine, I'm telling you guys, it's so easy. And it's so freaking ridiculous that we make as much money as we do to post on freaking social media. It's stupid that we get paid this much money. Like, I don't get it, but don't overcomplicate this, guys. It's so simple, but you've got to put in the work for it. I'm not going to do just one post a day because I know that one post a day is not going to get me from triple diamond to presidential diamond. I know that I've got to be consistent every single day with my postings, my creating my relationships, and building my audience. I've got to do those every single day. And if doing those every single day is going to get me $16,000 a month, don't you think that's pretty well worth it? It's worth it, guys. You've just got to do it. I think that's all that I really wanted to touch base on. Those girls really touch base on most of it. Crystal, Lindsay, or Amber, do you have anything that you want to add to any of that before we kind of switch it over to Dee? Good. Okay. All right, Dee, are you on here? There you are.
There you go.
All
Hello.
right, Miss Dee.
Hello.
There were a lot of people who didn't get to hear your story last week, and they were kind of bummed because I dropped the ball and I did not record that one. So I want you to just kind of introduce yourself, tell us when you joined,
Okay.
and what your rank is right now.
I joined, it actually was April the 9th last month, so a little over a month now. I am Ruby. I'm boxing for Emerald right now, and then I'm hoping to hit Diamond by the end of the month. I've got a lot of good goals to shoot for. And you tell me where you want me to lead, and I'll go.
All right, sounds good. So you are, let's say you're like, what, 33?
Just turned 34.
Yeah, or well, days in the business.
Oh, sorry. Yes, a little over a month in the business.
Perfect. Okay, so a little over a month, and you're boxing for Emerald, and you're shooting for Diamond this month.
Yes.
Okay, so what did you do to hit Ruby so dang fast?
I've thought a lot about this, and because people have asked me, and I've had a lot of messages where people have asked me how I'm getting DT so fast, and what my secret is. And I don't have a secret, like a winning formula to get everybody there. But for me, and something I just want to that I've been trying to really help with my team that I have now is, well, for one, like y'all said, it's to be you. But we in this life, we all have a story. And for anyone who doesn't know my story, my story is, yes, I've lost a lot of weight. And no, I did not do it with It Works at the time. Didn't even know about It Works at the time. I wish I had of. I lost it with eating right, exercising, staying positive. I lost 176 pounds in about 22 months. I didn't have any surgeries, not against anybody who did, because I'm all for anyone that wants to get healthy, however you have to do it. But for me, I ate healthy, and I exercised, and I fell in love with the entire fitness world. Just I went from being totally against it to loving it. And so, not to go into my whole story because that's a long story. It's a lot of details to cover. But my point in all that is, so some people think, oh, well, you've got this huge weight loss story, so people want to relate to you. And yes, for me, that is my I guess you would call it selling feature, but I don't sell anything. I just share. It is my story. And there are so many people sitting out there listening, hearing whatever you post on a daily basis that are in that exact same boat. And that goes for any story that you are living. So for my story, it is that girl sitting there ashamed of who she has let herself become. That girl that has lost herself, that girl that's let food control her life. Missing out on, I guess, all the opportunities that there are. For me, it was my little girl looking at me saying, Mom, why don't you swim with me? Why don't you go down the slide with me? Why don't you do things that most mothers were doing with their kids. And it wasn't because I didn't want to do it. It was because I physically was not able to do it. I was over 300 pounds. So all of that being said, yes, I made the lifestyle change to do that. But I have several people on my team now that I'm trying to get them out of their box, because we all have a story. Your story might not be weight loss. Your story might be a sickness that you overcame, or poverty that you overcame, or whatever it may be. But when you go for social media and you start posting, you want to post things that are about you, because that the people that are your friends on Facebook, or that continue to be your friends, they may not be your friend, but they're your Facebook friend, they're your acquaintance, whatever it may be. They're watching you for a reason. There's something that you're doing on a day-to-day routine that they are attracted to, that they are intrigued by, that they're inspired by. And so when you post something on Facebook that has nothing to do with you, that's just a picture, of someone that you found on Pinterest that lost 25 pounds or whatever, that may be a legit story, but it's not your story. And so you're not going to get the attention that you want by posting those. And I know for some of us, if you don't have a weight loss story, so to speak, you're reaching for those stories to try to get people to buy from you, to want to listen to you. And that's great, but find someone that's used your product that has results from it, because at least you can say, I know this person. Like, I know their story. I know their history. I know how hard they've tried. Here's where they are. And it may not even be a weight loss story. Like, I have an example I wanted to give. I've got a girl that just signed up. She might be on this call, so I'm not going to name names and embarrass her. But she inspired me, because this is a girl who's in her 30s. She has been on disability now since she was 26 years old, because she's got a lot of issues with her health. She cannot work. She wants to work, but she cannot physically get out of bed every day, make it to a job, and deal with a 9-to-5 job where a boss is going to let her, be off when she needs to be, when she's sick and she's not feeling well, or physically can't get in her car to drive her there. And with this opportunity that she has now, she can be sick as a dog in her bed, laying there, but yet to making money, providing for her family. She has never been able to provide for her family other than her disability check. Like, her disability check, which is like $1,200 a month. That's all that she has to give to her husband to help for their kid. So this opportunity for her is like, oh my goodness, like, there are so many people out there right now that have health issues, that not because they're taking advantage of a system that legitimately cannot work, and that would love to say, oh my God, honey, look, I just made an extra $500 to help pay the car payment, and look what I did. It's a sense of accomplishment. It's a sense of, it's anybody's confidence that needs to be lifted can be done with this. So for her, like, it inspired me to think, wow, there are so many people that I can possibly think of that I know are probably in her shoes. Like, and I try to explain to her, like, use that as your story. That is your story. Like, you can relate to so many people, because people that don't think they have any hope, or they don't have an opportunity to do anything, like, this is like, life as good as it gets right here in my bed. That's your way to change their life. So we speak all the time about changing people's lives, and there's 2 ways you can change their life. You can change their life by, inspiring them to get healthy, which is what I do a lot, because that's my story. I want to see people come out of their box, like, come out of their closet, like, oh my God, like, they have confidence again because they got their life back, because they can move, they can finally breathe again. But at the same time, so you're inspiring people to get healthy, which is what our products do. But at the same time, the other realm, which that's your little customer, your other realm is your distributor. That's your person that wants that lifestyle change for their family, for their finances. They want to be free. They want to not be bound down by their boss telling them they have to do this and that and this and that, and not getting paid for what they're doing. with this opportunity, you can take someone who's barely making ends meet, which is probably more than half of our friends on Facebook, living paycheck to paycheck, trying hard and not making it. And you can give them the ability to change their life financially. Not only are they going to change their life financially, they're going to be able to help hundreds and hundreds of people get healthy, because health overall, no matter how much money you have, if you don't have health and you don't have your health to give you the ability to live, then that doesn't matter how much money you have in your pocket. So this opportunity, to me, I'm passionate about, because it can change your life, not just on fitness, not just on health, but your financial freedom, the ability to be with your children, the ability to do the things that you want to do. And I'm a Christian. So for me, it's God made us to thrive, not to struggle, I'm sorry, I get emotional thinking about it, but not to barely make ends meet. It's to live. And I just feel like with this opportunity, we can finally get people to live. Sorry, I don't know why I'm getting
You're
teary.
good. I love it.
But we can finally get the opportunity to live. And I just say the last thing I guess to say with it is that your posts need to be about you, not about what Joe Schmo did or what Sally did. Those are great, but people are following you for a reason. They want to hear what that product did for you. So I just think that if we can all relate to us, like, you have to finally get to that point to realize that your story is important. No matter how small you may think it is, that is your story, and that is what makes you you. So, I mean, we're all here. We all have a purpose, and we all have a reason that we're here. So that's the reason. You got to find that reason and then get people to believe in that reason.
That's perfect. And I love that you said that, because here's the thing, like, regardless, like you said, regardless of who you are, where you've come from, we've all got a story. And that story, the moment you realize that no matter what, that story is going to inspire people, you're going to thrive in this business. You've got to understand that where you are right now, you will inspire people. But you've got to own up to it. You've got to own up to your story. And somebody said this to me way early on in my business, and they said, you don't have to have a stage to tell your story. Tell your story now, because your story is going to inspire people. And that's what this is all about. This is all about inspiring people. And Dee, you said you don't have like a secret or like how you've grown so quickly. You don't have a secret, but what you do have is passion. And passion is what gets you in this business. And it's what takes you from distributor to ambassador. Passion is how you grow in this business. And if you don't have passion, you're going to struggle. You've got to have that passion to help other people, that passion to help your team. Figure out what your team's whys are and have that be your motivator instead of our own whys of why we're doing this. Because whenever you figure out somebody else's why and you make that your why of you're doing this, that's going to change everything for you. This business, we get in the door for ourselves, but this business is not for ourselves at all. We get in being selfish, but it is not that case at all.
Does anybody else see Mike waving at us, or am I the only one that has him in my side pictures? I'm sorry, he's making me laugh over here, and I can't take any of this serious. So
he raised his hand. I lowered his hand. I didn't see him. Oh, Dee, you are amazing on social media. And your passion shines through in your post. Like, you are somebody that if I didn't know you, I would want to follow you because I see your passion through your posts. So, like, how do you do that? Like, how do you let your passion shine through on your posts like that?
Because everything I guess I try to post is, I guess, my passion for life. I try to look, even the worst things that are going on in my life, I try to find the most positive reason for it. Like, hey, you know, and I was actually, it's funny you said this because like I was talking to my little girl this morning going to school. She was talking about, you know, like grades, and she's a really good student. And she asked me, she said, Mama, why do you think bad things happen to good people? And it was kind of funny. We were talking because I was like, you know, think about this though. If, you know, if everything was hunky dory and life was perfect, which we know it's not because we see our friends on Facebook, but we see all their drama. If everything was perfect, and then like I said, I'm a Christian, so like I don't have no problem saying this, but if everything was perfect, we'd have no reason to I guess turn to God and ask for things to be different. So the same thing goes. I feel like everything we go through in life, there's a reason for it. Like it's to make us stronger. It's to make us to, you know, build us to be better than what we were yesterday. So if, you know, if you're having a bad day and things are really bad, there's always something good that can come out of that. And maybe your bad day is someone else's best day. I mean, when you think of it like that. So there's always someone else out there that's got it worse than you do. So I guess I try to look at it like, you know, I'm here for a short period of time and I'm going to make the dang best ability of myself that I can while I'm here. And like, I love this. Like, I love the people that I get to come in contact with. I love the team that I have now. Like, I've become such good friends with people above me, people below me. I ask them tons of questions. And every post that I post, I shouldn't say every, I should say 90% of them are either about my family, they're about me, weight loss journey, because I struggle every day. Like, you know, I've gotten this weight off, but God forbid if I stop it, I gain it back. So you never get to this journey and it be a finish line and you're done and you can say, I'm here, like it's all over. It's never done. And that's what the beauty of, I love it when people say, well, aren't those wraps just a quick fix? Like, aren't they just permanent? Aren't they just temporary? And I look at them and I say, well, if you stop washing your hair, is it going to stay pretty? You know, if you stop using shampoo, are you not going to get greasy hair? If you stop tanning, are you going to lose your tan? Or if you stop eating healthy, are you going to gain your weight back? If you don't go to the gym anymore, what's going to happen? Like, nothing in this life is permanent. So it's a maintenance. It's a taking care of yourself. And our products are just that. You know, you take your vitamins because you want to be healthier every single day. But if you stop taking them, then you lose that health benefit. So I don't know, like and I know I'm probably rambling off to a bunch of million other things, but like these products that we sell are a way for you to better your life. Do you need to continue them? Yeah. I mean, there's not anything out there that you don't have to stay on. I mean, you have to bathe every day to stay clean. So, I mean, there's a million different things we could look at. These products will better your life. And when you finally believe that, you can promote it. The biggest thing that I can say here too is if you're not using the product and you're trying to promote it, then you're gonna come off as a scam because it's not true. You've got to invest a little bit of money, use the products yourself, test them out. And the big thing is not saying every single product that we offer is amazing, because there's no way you're trying all 30 products or how many ever there are. Like for me, I have 5 main ones that I love to use. I use the ThermoFit. I use the Fat Fighter. I use the Green Shoes. I like the ProFit. And what's another one I like to use? And I like to use the Cleanse because I eat a lot of fiber, so I have a lot of issues there. But anyway, so I need to clean everything out every once in a while. But those are products that I've used. They work for me, so that when I promote them, I have stories to back it up. Like, I'm not promoting something that I found on Pinterest or another distributor's page that works for them. Yes, some of their stuff hits home with me because I'm like, oh my God, that's exactly the way I wanted to word it. So yeah, I'll copy and paste and I'll kind of tweak it to make it sound like something that would come from me. But everything I post is something I've used. It's not what I've heard is good. It's what I believe in. And then if someone says, well, I've heard about the, I don't know, the defining gel. Is that a great product? Well, yeah, I've got so-and-so that has used it. They love it. And I'll give their testimony. But everything that I promote that's on my post is going to be something that I've used, tested, and that I believe in. And usually I've got it in my hand, because that sells a lot too. Like, that hits home. They want to know that you're actually using it, And don't get me wrong. I have people ask me all the time, how long have you been using it? Like, well, what's your story on that part? Yeah. And I can only say a little over a month, but here's all of the reasons that I love it in just the short amount of time that I have taken it. So you can use it for however you want to use it, but it's got to be you. It's got to be your story. It's got to be your testimony. It's got to be your test and trial. It's just going to mean a lot more to the person that's buying from you. Nobody wants to buy from somebody that has never tried the product. Just like I do online fitness training. If I'm sitting here eating, Twinkies every day and not taking care of my own body and not, but yet I'm not practicing what I preach, basically, type thing, nobody's going to believe me. I'm not going to have many customers, because nobody wants to. Would you go to a dentist that has terrible teeth? You wouldn't. So you've got to practice what you preach. That means being positive every day, posting what you believe in, sharing your story, and being real. That's is pretty much all it gets down to, is just being honest and being real. Because if people are going to try what you're telling them to try. So if you're telling them this is awesome and this works, and then they go to use it and it doesn't, you look like a phony. You look like a fake. So that's your reputation on the line. So you want to, be sincere with what you're telling people this is their money they're spending. So if you can't be sincere with that, then it's not worthy. So I guess that's my biggest thing on it. It's just being you and being real.
Being you, being real, and using the products. Because,
Right.
like you said, because at the end of the day, I will be celebrating my 5-year anniversary in a couple of months, and I still, to this day, do not feel like I sell a single thing. I am sharing this with people, because whenever people are going to start to trust you, like, I have people that they don't know me from Adam, but they trust me to send me pictures of their stomach or ask me what products would be good for them. Develop that trust within people, and they get that whenever they know that you're using those products too. So I would never, and I say it all the time, I never sell Estra Rhythm, because obviously I don't use Estra Rhythm. So use the products, and you're going to develop that passion. That's so important.
And I was going to tell you, one of the things that I've really started to really focus on myself when I'm trying to develop a team is, I think I'm great. We all think ourselves are great. But one of the biggest things that I've realized is you need to find distributors that are going to be on your team that are diverse, all ages, all demographics, because they're going to be able to relate to people that you can't relate to. I've got someone I want to find someone in their 60s, because they're going to relate to that product that you just mentioned, Estra Rhythm, that I can't sell to. I want to find someone that's going to maybe reach a community that's not the community that I can reach to, or the culture that I can reach to. So that's one thing, is that we need to make sure we're trying to find people on our teams that are not just replications of us. Yes, we want that same go-getter attitude, but we want people of all diverse backgrounds, because we all, like I said, all have a story, but all of our stories are so different. And if we can get a team of people that all have totally different stories, but all inspiring stories, just think about the thousands of people that you can reach and talk to by just having such a diverse group of people, and realizing that just because they're different from you does not make them a bad candidate. Like, that could be your best candidate on your team just because they're different from who you are. So that's something I'm kind of reaching out to, is in my team when I'm looking for people. It's not just to sign another distributor. It's to sign someone that I know that I don't want to have to do all the work for. Like, I want them to do the work. I want them to reach far. I want them to have that same go-getter attitude, but I want them to be able to reach people that maybe that I can't reach. And that's the part that I love about this, is that there is no territory. There's no limitation. So, man,
Everyone can do it.
You can, exactly. Sorry, someone just texted me, made me laugh, but
No, but
but yeah, you've got to reach that demographic. You just got to have a diverse team, and that will take you very far.
For sure, because whenever I first started, I thought that I had to reach out to all the hairstylists because I'm a hairstylist. Like I
But
just,
that's good because you could reach to them.
yeah, but I thought that is the only type of people that I could reach out to. But like that's not it. Like we have all of these people at our fingertips. Like you said, you want to reach out to the 60-year-old, you want to reach out to the younger ones, you want all of
Yeah.
that.
Like I can't get into a college, so I would love to have a college student that can
Right.
reach all the college kids.
Exactly. Awesome. Well, you killed that. So we're gonna end it off with one tip from you. I want you to speak to somebody that is at the distributor level and they feel like they're stuck. They've been there for 6+ months and they're unsure of how to get from distributor to executive. They're struggling with that passion. I want you to speak to them right now.
I guess I would just say to stop right now and like look in the mirror and first look at yourself and say, okay, what makes me awesome? Like what makes me me? Because we are all unique. There's not anything about us that's the exact same. We all are different. And that's the beauty of people. But like, I guess I would just tell you to look in the mirror, find what is your wow factor. Like, what is it about you that just makes you stand out? Maybe it's the family you came from. Maybe it's your job that you currently are holding. Maybe it's your child you've got. Maybe you've got a special needs child. Maybe I can't even put you in that situation, but the situation that you're in, find value in that. Find what that positive factor is and use that. Like go back to your Instagram, go back to your Facebook and look at all the posts that you've made in the last week or so and find how many of those did you ever mention you, like your story. Was it always about, oh, this product's great, it does this for you and does this for you and it's $35 and, great, this is a loyal customer. Like how, was it just like, someone asked me the other day, like, can you just tell me what script you use? I don't use a script. There's no script to my life. Like I can tell you something different every single day. I'm all out there, but every single one of them is going to relate back to me. And I don't mean to say me, but it's my method in trying to reach people is to reach people. And that's to find people, and when I say find, I mean relate. So I'm not going to relate to everybody, no, but I'm going to do my hardest. When I tell you this is that there's not one person sitting out there right now that you could reach out to that is totally 100% satisfied with how they look or what their face looks like or how their body is. No matter how perfect we think they might be, they have a flaw in their mind. They've got something about themselves that they're not happy about. So you need to use that as your, I guess so to speak, like nobody out there, we're all trying to search for the same thing. We want to feel comfortable in our own skin. We want to feel pretty. We want to feel sexy. We want to be wanted. We want to be liked. So find what is your wow factor and talk about you as a way to relate to other people, not to brag, not to sound conceited and sound cocky, but just to talk about you. Like tell people why you joined the business. Tell people what made you decide to do this. And you will be surprised at how many people are sitting in that same boat. They just want change. They just want hope. They just want something to spark their fire to make a change. And as far as DTs go, there's not anybody out there that's just sitting there saying, I shouldn't say anybody. Probably 90% of the people that we're talking, that you're with every day on Facebook, none of them are 100% happy in their job, 100% happy in their salary. They feel underappreciated. They don't feel like they are getting paid for what they're worth. So this is your opportunity to let someone shine, let them use their talents, let them use their story. But you've got to use your story first to inspire them to want to use their story. And I think that's where you can go at it is, like you said, it's not a sales job. We're not salespeople. You are using your testimonies, your past with the product, whatever. It may not even be about the specific product at hand. It could just be about changing your life financially. And that for a lot of people is enough for them to listen to you. Nobody wants to be sold anything. They want to make that decision. And I learned that a long time ago in sales jobs that I've had. Nobody wants to be sold to. Nobody wants to be bribed into something. We want to make that decision because we feel like it's the best decision for us, for me. So you've just got to dig deep. I guess everybody's just got to come out of their box and be proud of who they are and share what it is they have to offer, no matter how small you think it might be. Because if you can touch one life and change it, then that's really, that's all the gratification that you really need, because that one life is all that's going to start the spark that you need to explode, basically.
Oh, I love that. That was perfect. I could talk to you all night and have you share your passion with us. I mean,
well, you don't want to do that because I'll never shut up.
No, you did so good. I loved it. And I actually recorded this one. So we'll go back and listen to it too. Your tips, your passion, your inspiration, you killed it tonight. So I really, really appreciate you getting on here with us and sharing.
Well, I thank you. I enjoyed it.
Good. All right, guys.